If you don't want it better than you want to party, you don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success. You don't want it better than... I don't know how many of y'all got asthma in here today, but if you ever had an asthma attack before, you short of breath, SOB, shortness of breath, you wheezing. The only thing you trying to do is get some air. You don't care about no basketball game. You don't care what's on TV. You don't care about nobody calling you. You don't care about a party. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. I'm not eating like I eat at home. That's why you're about to go to the next level, because if you keep eating like you ate at home, you'll keep being a boy or a girl. It's time to become man, woman. Don't worry about a little pain. Don't worry about a little pain. I'm saying to you today that there are some of you, if you give up your cell phone, you would be successful.
All right now, y'all. Hot Facts with Robert Reese. We got a great one. I got the notebook out. You guys know what it means when a notebook is out. You see the title up there. We're going to be going over what happened yesterday. I know a lot of people in a lot of places on YouTube and just in regular life, like when the debate was on CNN, there was like 370 something thousand people watching it right then and there. And then like you look around, you know, while we're driving around doing deliveries, you're looking around, no one's paying attention to it. It's not on people's TVs. And I'll tell you this, if you ask anyone what they took out of the debate yesterday, about 70% of Americans would not even know what's going on. They would rather be doing other things and talk about things that don't make sense and don't matter than understand what's going on. But then what they do is they want to get on social media and go on social groups and talk about the bits and pieces that they heard when they really didn't want to go ahead and hop up in this thing. What's up, Yup? Good to see you up in here, Yup. He says Trump won that. Biden was on some. He says Trump won that. Biden was on some. Yeah, hey, we're going to get all the way into that. I'm glad you brought that up. So people, look, in case you guys don't know, I'm Hot Facts with Robert Reese. I'm the official news channel of the gig economy. There was a lot of things that was going on with inflation, things like that, that goes on into what we do for everyday job. Going to be breaking all that stuff down. This channel is variety. I got everything from police videos, First Amendments, animals, food reviews, food tastings, deliveries, on-scene reporting, whatever you name, I got it there. I like to cover the election also. Here in my town in Moreno Valley, I've actually interviewed a guy that has, he's a Trump supporter, Second Amendment rights person also, and he has all the Trump bullet cans and everything up. I interviewed him. And I also went over the Trump 2024 when him and Sarah Palin were up there. I did that a couple years ago. Actually about a year ago, my aunt was up there with me. We were speaking about it all the way. We had a great turnout. So coincidentally, we gotta get the debate. We only got people. It's coming down to unless someone comes out like in a horse race, someone's a dark horse and just comes out and wins. We're stuck with Biden or we're stuck with Trump. Okay, we're gonna get into their age and everything, but I'm gonna give you a rundown on the topics that we will be doing. And people, I took notes fully on the debate, watching it and taking notes fully on the debate. So if anyone really wants to click the link and tell me that my opinion is not based upon what this actual battle was, I'm judging this as how battle rap goes: round 1, round 2, round 3. This was round 1. Okay, I'm judging it how they both came out in round 1. I'm going off of how they felt, how comfortable. I'm going off of the aggressiveness. I'm going off of the manner on how they answered the questions. If they answered them, we're gonna be getting into everything. So the first topic, though, that I'm just gonna give you the rundown. We got Roe v. Wade. We're gonna be getting into that. And it's gonna be state versus the feds, state versus Fed control, versus the term of the process when you can actually get it done, because that is the big thing that it seems like Trump and Biden were going back on. If you guys were watching and you took notes, and you want to make a comment, make sure your comment is educated, and because I took notes, so I'm gonna know if you're bullshitting. Okay, we're gonna go into Trump deflects on deportation, child care, and addiction crisis in America. Now, we saw those. We're going to go into those. I took notes on all this stuff, people. We're going to get into the national debt and Trump's plan. We're going to get into that. Inflation, jobs, gig apps. This is Hot Facts with Robert Reese, the official news channel of the gig world. Gig apps and U.S. veterans. Whoever don't like it, oh well, watch channels where you get the information like this. They like, man, he about to really do this? Yeah, I'm about to really do this. Then we're going to get into also what they had up there. Russia v. Ukraine. Okay. And that B there, we have 200 billion. There's $200 billion that went into U.S. aid going into Ukraine, and NATO was also there. We know how Trump feels about them and how that's working there. Israeli and Hamas situation. U.S. says we're all the way in. Trump versus the U.S. Constitution. Okay. We're also gonna get into this right here. Biden, did he lose the black vote? Okay. Also, depolicing, people. Depolicing, is it good or bad? We are all the way good. Give me one quick sec. All right. I got it already. I took all the notes there. And also, we're going to be getting into the age of both of these guys. And yeah. Okay, we're going to be getting all the way into that, but I'm going to start off at the top. Okay, I'm going to start off at the top, and we're going to run through this. Now, if you guys notice that the rules of the debate, okay, were the same rules that I use here on my channel. 2 minutes, you get 1 minute for rebuttal, and then you get 1 minute also if there's another question coming in, and then you get the reply after that. As you guys notice, the 2 presidents of the United States did the exact same rules that I asked for on my channel. As you see, it all went well, but we also did see that 2 grown men, no matter if you're almost in your 80s, will still go back to fighting and arguing like you're on YouTube. That's what they did at the end to give us a little show. I understand it. The old dude still got some juice. Now, I'm going to give you my overall opinion on who I thought took round 1 right now. I thought that Biden took round 1. People say, what? Didn't you hear him? I heard everything, people. I took notes. Every question that Biden was given, he was able to answer the question without the two moderators saying that you did not answer the question. He answered everything before he rebutted back to Trump, going off of whatever else it was. He did all of that. Biden did all of that. Even though they both went off and did some of the things that they normally do, even though they do all of that, even though they do all that, they go off course and they go do whatever the hell they want to do. Biden did not do it as much as Trump did. He did not do as much as Trump did. Trump did it way too much. But for overall, I would say Biden got round one, but I will say that I do believe that Trump got the support of the minority, Hispanic, and the black vote. I do believe that Donald Trump actually did that. So we're going to go ahead and get right on into this right here. I'm going to go ahead and get into this. Let's get right on into the Roe v. Wade. Give me one quick sec. All right, I'm trying to make sure I don't mess this Roe v. Wade up. I want to make sure because we got people out there that that will attack your head off if you don't get this Roe v. Wade stuff right. Now, I would like to say this: when it came down to Roe v. Wade, it came down to one particular thing. Trump wants the states to have the control to do what they want to do. Biden says that that's not a good thing to do. He thinks it's going to turn into whatever else it is. But Trump is like, let these states govern themselves. And if it works for their own state, then it works. There's a federal thing that Biden likes also with the doctors, saying a doctor can choose. A doctor can give you a consultation, but a doctor is not going to be able to just choose for you and to have that stuff done. I do believe in free choice, free to do what you want to do. Understand the pros and the cons of everything, and you can figure out what you want to do. But the main thing there is the term of the process. Trump's main argument with Biden was, you're saying that someone can get all the way up to like 9 months old, have the baby, and then, terminate the baby. And Biden saying, there's a 3-step plan with the trimesters, first, second, third, you do this and all that. But Trump, it seems like, as far as what a conservative will be looking for, they're looking to see children. Now, once a child is like 9 months old, if you know that if you're in China or like Vietnam or something like that, they actually count the year, almost a year in the womb. They count that as a whole year. So if you have real friends who are real Chinese or, from over there, they'll tell you that they are a year older. Okay. And they count the actual womb. So if you think about it, if someone says, I'm going to have a baby, right? And they say, I want this baby. They get all the way until they're 8, 9 months old. The guy that they thought that was going to be there with them leaves. They feel like they're all alone. And they say, well, I don't even want this baby anyway. I was only going to have the baby so I can just go ahead and be with him. Those people will be killing kids who are pretty much, when a baby comes out, it's able to squeeze your finger instantly and do a lot of things. You'll be offing something like that. A lot of people have never seen a premature child, like a real preemie. I mean, a preemie up in the NICU. Okay. The other ICU, when the babies are as big as a cup, they have all these things hooked up to them. When you see that right there and you look at the months on when that child was taken out of the parent, and you actually have a baby with fingers and toes, and even though it's hooked up to the machines, its other organs are growing to catch up, but it's an actual body right there. That's an actual body, and Trump wants bodies to not be taken out because of this term of process. So yeah, we got some comments in here. Hold on, let me see. I see my thing flashing. States should govern. Yeah, Yup says states should govern themselves. Kevin Dean, that's not me. That's a different Kevin Dean because my Kevin Dean has a wrench by it. I made sure I modded myself. As long as Big Mike don't run, we good. All right. Well, there's a lot of people that you don't want to run. California can't govern itself. We need federal assistance to act right. California will be in the ocean very soon. Well, a comment like that, California will be in the ocean very soon. If you understand, with the geology and the earthquakes and tremors that we all have, we're not going to be in the ocean. California will be separated into other islands. How Catalina Island is, it will be separated, but that's thousands of years from now, or whenever the big giant earthquake comes. The real big giant ones. We don't know when that's going to happen, but maybe not in our lifetime. So. No, but see, and here's another thing with taxes. We'll get into the taxes thing because Biden wants to raise taxes. Trump wants to go ahead and do things to cut them. We got a real big problem there with the taxes. I'm on both sides of the fence on that one. I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's get on to this one here. I think with Roe v. Wade, I think Trump actually, even though Biden did answer and defend himself in a way to be prepared for the debate, I think Trump's overall idea of the abortion policy on when it can and can't be done, I think we got to start looking into that. I don't want to see kids coming out and then what's going to be next. The kid gets adopted or goes to a foster home, and the foster home can, or when they're in the program, they can off the kid if they don't think the kid's a good enough kid, like putting them on the meat market. That's not cool. Now, I want to get on this because I think Trump dropped the ball right here on these right here. Trump deflects on deportation, child care, and addiction crisis in America. Now, it was asked to Trump, okay, if he was going to do a mass deportation if he gets reelected. He never answered that whatsoever. He never answered that question because it'll happen. It'll happen. We already had too many people all right, just think about this. We had too many people at the border from what he says. We had parents getting separated from kids. So all those people and all this other stuff are just there. If they come in here, I guarantee Trump wants to get them out. So I don't think he answered that because his answer would not be what will be soothing to the ears of America when we have a Hispanic and Black vote that really can turn the table of the election. But by not answering that, I think he gave them a little bit of something, but even though I still think he won us over, and I'll explain how. Also, Trump did not break down child care and the cost of child care. They were like 2 kids in a couple of weeks is as much rent for where people live. And if you got 2 kids in child care and, daycare and all that, and you can't go do your stuff, like that's crazy. So what can we do? He's talking about, Biden was talking about grants and things to go ahead to put up there and all these other things. But mainly all Biden's things have to do with school and Pell grants and everything else there. I don't think we have a real plan for that. I think that there needs to be something put in place with America called a safe home. And I am thinking of that myself, safe home where you can teach families how to be there for each other. I think we're missing that in America. If you look at the countries all around the world, look at Mexico. It's right down below us. You go to Mexico, the whole family in there, they eating, they taking care of each other. They're doing everything together. You go to Africa, you go to Asia, in places, they do it like that. Here in America, it is dog eat dog world. So if you got kids, they just say, oh, well, but the problem is we gonna help out kids all around the world in all these other countries. I was raising money for Bill and Melinda Gates with the Help Me See Foundation, Child Fund International, all these other places. We're raising money, getting people to pay $300 a year $25 a month to sponsor a kid, and you're going to be giving them fresh, clean water and doing all these things. Well, that same $25 that we are putting in and $300 a year that we are putting in and go help these other kids, we got kids here that can be put in after school programs and do things like that. If we got people willing to put that money up, that means we got people willing to put money into a tax, which is, I agree with Biden on this one. We got people willing to put money into a tax that will go into the help of childcare to where the parents don't have to pay an arm and a leg so that they can go and do their things, especially with everything going into the gig economy with these phones and these apps. Childcare is going to be something that is going to be like something that everyone needs. It's not back in the day where you just go hire my Aunt Lou and the old black nannies to take care of your kids and cook the food. You can't do that anymore. Aunt B is not around no more. What was the Brady Bunch? What was her name? Alice? Alice is not here anymore. Mr. Belvedere is not here anymore. Benson is not here anymore. Jeffrey from the Fresh Prince is not here anymore. Tony Danza from Who's the Boss is not here anymore. Y'all remember Family Matters? Y'all remember Family Matters, y'all? And was that Harriet's mom or was that Carl's mom? Was that Harriet's mom that stayed with him? Was that Harriet's or Carl's mom? I'm thinking it was Harriet's mom. I'm thinking it was the wife's mom. But she stayed there. And guess what she did? She called Eddie and the kids down there, even Steve and Waldo and all them down there. She would call them down there and talk to them and do all that stuff. Child care. But you know, if we got Americans willing to help kids all over the place in other countries, they can at least put some of that money aside to help out our own children here. Now, one thing that my mom and my Aunt Deborah were very, very a part of, and they had put some things into women's homes, and they were giving things to women's homes who were runaways and things like that. And they actually have a whole home, and they're in Texas. Okay, and they have women's homes. And they help with things like that, and they help with programs. The problem is getting sponsors, and people don't want to help. We'll get people to want to go and help somebody else somewhere else because it's a tax write-off. But then they say it's a tax write-off here, and then they say all those bums don't need nobody's help. So you got that there. Trump did not go into anything about the child care, and addiction was just crazy. Biden, you suck at addiction too, but Trump sucked. Trump, it took him to 37 seconds left, people, I took notes, to 37 seconds left for them to remind him that he did not give an answer on addiction. These are three very important things that Trump dropped the ball on that had him losing in round one. You got to answer these things. Trump went into the wall. He went into the wall saying that the wall and the immigrants coming in. That's how we have so much addiction. The addiction problem is primarily coming from the pharmaceutical companies who are getting these people hooked up on all these drugs. I saw my mom almost try to kill herself because of the pharmaceutical drugs. Off a bottle of codeine and a fifth of Hennessy. Her medicine cabinet, my mom's medicine cabinet, like her dresser for everything that was wrong with her. We didn't have to go to the pharmacy. We went to my mom's to my mom's room to get what we needed. Mom, you got a pain pill, man. My knee is jacked up. My mom got everything, but my mom had all that. If my mom wanted to be a dirty person, she would have sold all that stuff and made all the money. She could have been her own Rite Aid. But that's the problem there. You give someone a medication, then you tell them that you need this one, then you need that one. But when you need this one, you can't take this one with that one. So you got to go ahead and take this too. So they are doping everybody up with pharmaceutical drugs. And then he wants to say it's what's coming in from the border. That's not what it is. Biden tried to talk about fentanyl. We all know. I was waiting till I heard the word fentanyl. Fentanyl was going to pop up no matter what. But Biden's talking about, well, I'm helping with addiction problems because we are lowering the cost on some of these drugs. People doing rideshare with Uber and Lyft, one of our jobs is to pick up the people and take them to the methadone clinics. They carry a little black box with the key so can no one take their stuff. They're going to get methadone because they don't want to give them full out heroin, but these people are all the way hooked on methadone. So the addiction problem has not been fixed because of the social working aspect of what we have going on here in America. It's not there. Social workers, you need money put in from the people. The people can't trust the government because we steal everything. Trump did not go into any of that. Biden sucked on that too. Biden sucked on that too. But at least Biden answered. At least Biden answered. That's how he edged out Trump in that one. Trump did not answer any, and Biden answered. Biden answered all three. That's how Trump lost that one. Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade. I like Trump edging out Biden over that. Yep says you are very right on the drug issue. Yeah, the drug issue is crazy. And then they want to blame it on weed and Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson and Bob Marley. Remember the movie Half Baked? Did you guys see Bob Saget say, you ever smoked dick for weed? No. There's an addiction problem. And when you're mixing fentanyl with every other drug out there, people are turning into zombies. We really got to fix that. We really got to fix that. And check this out. All these people that get caught and go to jail for all these drug crimes, a lot of them are giving their DNA up and they're making, I'm not going to, hypothetically, people, I don't know, but they're cloning humans. Okay? They're cloning humans. I'll tell you that. They're cloning humans with the people giving up their DNA. I had to give up my DNA. I had to make sure my wife wouldn't go get a DUI, so I went through the checkpoint 4, man, and I made sure. I had to give my DNA up. Okay, I had to give my DNA up in order to they wanted me to do something else, but I went to an all-day traffic class and I paid $50 and gave my DNA up. Nothing's on my record, nothing else like that, and it was all good. I did that. At that same stop, the officers let me drive home. Same story I told y'all last year on, have you ever, someone asked me, has the police ever let you go? I told that exact same story last year. Those of you who know, there, you know, yeah, well, they let me drive without going to jail. Right across the street. I told him I stayed right there across the street, and he was like, all right. He had me do the little eye test and do all that stuff, and everything was good. And everything was good on that one. Now we're gonna get into the national debt, and we're gonna get into Trump's plan. Now, they were talking about the national debt and what really is going on. We have trillions of dollars, all right, that are there that we have to pay. Now, if you guys know, one of the main things that that Donald Trump brought up, one of the main things that Donald Trump brought up was that we have 1,000 billionaires in America. Okay, so we got 1,000 billionaires in America. Give me one quick sec. Oh no, the gram of wheat? Nah, you got your stories mixed up. I told this story too. I saved you from the DUI going through the checkpoint, coming from my brother's house, watching a Laker game when I lived off of Westminster, going through the checkpoint. I drove it so that you did not get that. That's how I got my DNA. The gram of weed, I had to go to court. I didn't go to none of them traffic classes for a gram of weed. Now I did get caught before I went to class with an ounce of weed and they let me go. So I told that, and actually that same live stream.
Pulled over for a DUI.
No, you never got pulled over for DUI. I drove so that you don't go through the checkpoint. You were not driving. Exactly. That's the whole point. I saved you from that DUI. Exactly. Now the national debt Trump plan is the tariffs. Now we got 1,000 billionaires in America, is what Trump says. We got 1,000 billionaires. All right. So with 1,000 billionaires, with 1,000 billionaires, we could be doing something. We could be doing something with 1,000 billionaires. Trump says that we are going to attack China with these tariffs and taxes and everything else like that, so that they can go ahead and pay. Now, Trump says that billions of dollars will be coming in from these tariffs from these countries that we are doing all these things for. If we are giving up all of our land and doing all this stuff because people just want to get rich, then we got to get some money coming back in to America. And Trump says that places like China or wherever else, we got to make sure that they are taxed for everything that they are doing, so we make that. Trump also says that we got to start putting our military out as a security company. If we're out there, these companies should be paying us. Now, I do agree with that, but do we really think that the money coming in from all the way over there is going to be going off and paying our national debt? Do we really think that? Do we really think that? Will that money go into paying off our national debt? I don't think so, but I think Trump's plan is a better plan, because you are getting money back. You know what I mean? You're getting money back. Biden's plan is throwing money out there and we don't know if we go get something back. So I gotta give our national debt plan. I gotta give that edge to Trump. JB Gunner said, well, he said your boy Biden had a nightmare. Hey, he ain't my boy. I'll tell you that. He ain't my boy. He is not my boy. I am an unbiased channel, and I'm just breaking it down. Now, what I want to get into, and the link is open in case anybody wants to go ahead and hop on up. The next one, for people, I took notes. We're going to get into this right here. Inflation. If you're a gig economy person and you do what we do for a job, inflation, okay? Jobs, housing, and for our veterans. This one went kind of 50-50. It's crazy because I live in California, and when inflation goes up, the law is the people that work the gig apps, they have to give us more money based upon what's going on. And it's different in other states. Other states don't have that. We have that here. So with the taxes that we pay here in California and inflation, I kind of understand on how it's going. But California, even though they say we're not doing that great, it's a thriving market. It's top 10 in the world. If it was standing alone by itself, it's the place where everyone wants to come to. We have a lot of tourist attractions and everything else there. People pay to come here. They say if you can't make it in Hollywood, you can't make it anywhere. So the inflation of things that we face here is different to every other place in the United States. Our jobs here, because the gig apps started here, we have the most gig jobs and the most gig drivers out there. So even though inflation goes up, the taxes that are being paid, the drivers are still able to make some money there. Now, we got other things going on to where the drivers are talking about, we're getting screwed on all this and that. But this is where you got to understand business, listen to what Trump says, figure it out, and go do what you got to do. Now, there's a bunch of jobs that are out there that Americans just won't do. You're not going to see, all right, when we drive these neighborhoods to go do these deliveries, you will see, as far as landscapers and people doing like gardening, it's pretty much Hispanic. You might see like 2 black dudes working with a couple Hispanic dudes. You might see 1 white dude around the whole area. Everyone is Hispanic. The people that drive the garbage trucks to pick up your trash, the trash trucks, mostly 80% are Hispanic. The park and rec people who have to pass the test to get that job. The ones who go clean up the parks, do the landscaping, the watering trees. Hispanic. Okay, there are a lot of jobs that Americans just will not do. Okay, we have jobs that people are spoiled for because what they went to school for, they can't do that job. So then they're like, well, I'm just not going to do it at all. So, and then they don't even want to do the gig apps. So we got to figure out how to get more jobs out there. And the housing situation is crazy. Biden said we're building more homes. We're building more affordable homes for everyone. Well, affordable. Okay, what's affordable for everyone in the United States? All these homes being built, the corporations of these homes, they have to make money. They have to make money. We saw what happened when the housing market crashed, and just because they were giving houses out left and right. So if we give houses out left and right, the same thing's going to happen again, right? I don't think anyone really learned how to buy houses and flip them. Remember, you'll wake up at 1 a.m. and it's somebody, hey, buy this DVD, $9.99. We will show you how to flip that house. No experience needed. We will get you in. People were, what? Buying houses. We already seen what that does, but we have a housing situation that I think Trump touched on with our veterans here. My wife talks about the veterans all the time. There's not a lot of stuff she talks about like real politically, but whenever we watching something, he says something about the veterans. Because the veterans, she says, wow, they're not taking care of our vets. She feels something about the vets. She feels something about the vets. She's, huh? No, I'm talking about Amelia. I'm talking about, don't do an Eli and Don thing here. This is not what that is. I'm talking about politically. Like, I'm talking about the political issues that you like to talk about. One of them is the veterans. When Trump was talking about the vets yesterday, you said that's a problem there. We've dropped off to houses to where people are can't move. I dropped off to a dude and it was pee all on the floor. The veteran had no help at all, and then on the outside there's veterans sleeping all on the benches and everything because they can't go ahead and get inside there. We have a lot of veterans that all right, we got halfway homes. We got halfway homes for drug addicts and a lot of criminals who are getting out of jail, who they say that, well, we're going to put them in this halfway house so that we can get them back up into society. These halfway houses they pretty much go in from like the halfway house to, they have to stay at like a sober home, and they do all these things. My thing is about that, why is it that we have, instead of the halfway houses, why don't we just have like the veteran homes, the veteran housing? And a lot of these veterans are on these pharmaceutical drugs. A lot of them are taking all these things that they really don't want to be taking, and no one is looking out for them. Me personally, I hate to say this, but I would rather, all right, a criminal, all right, someone that has a crime, someone that's done all right, what would you consider a violent crime? All right, strong arm with a gun, all right, a felony, all right, you're gonna go to jail. I feel that anyone that's in there for a drug violation, a non-violent crime, they shouldn't even waste their time on you. Only a felony or something that's serious with something else going on, like you tried to steal a bunch of money, something like that, a federal crime, you need to go to jail. Outside of that, keep those homes open for the vets and hire more of the young people out there to go help the vets. Some of these vets are out there with old people who don't even like them. They're like, man, I gotta go take care of this old dude. Man, the young people might like that. The old people might be like, yeah, we got the group leaders here. They help us out. That might give them a little spark to want to go ahead and do something else. That's what that might do right there. Let's get into this Russia versus Ukraine thing. Let me go ahead and check these comments real quick. Let's get into this Russia. Oh, well, no, I don't speak for her views, but
He's telling me here, she's telling me don't speak for you. I'm not even interrupting your stream ever. I never interrupt your stream.
Well, who's telling you that? Well, this is interrupting my stream right now. Whoever's saying that, just hide them and just ignore them. They're just people. Some of them have nothing to do. Some of these people need to be in that halfway house, being watched by somebody. Biden was talking about them with that addiction thing. Now let's go ahead and get into the Russia and the Ukraine thing. Now we got an issue here. And I apologize for everybody else watching out there. Let's get back to business. Russia and Ukraine. We got 200 billion dollars in U.S. aid, and Trump says we're just giving them money. We're just giving them money. Now Biden says that it's not actual money. It's with weapons and things like that. But on contrary, there is money going in there. Now, Biden said that also the weapons and the machinery that we are giving them, he said it's all U.S. made. Now, all U.S. made with people getting new American jobs. Like you're hiring new Americans to do this, to send that stuff over there, or what's going on? You know, I would feel a little bit better if a U.S. person got a brand new job or a gig to go help build these weapons or go factory assembly them and do all this stuff and then send them over there. But if we are just sending, you know, we're just making stuff and we ain't really helping out our own Americans, then we got an issue there. Now, Trump says we really shouldn't be over there doing all this stuff, but I understand what NATO wants to do. It's all about taking over the world, y'all. Russia wants Ukraine to not go and do what it wants, doing. They want to be able to get what they got and then go into the polar side. They want to be able to do what they got to do. They got aspirations of going back to USSR. I don't think it'll happen, but the aspirations are there. USSR. That's the aspirations. NATO has a whole different thing. It's all about controlling the world, people. And I'll tell you this: what's really gonna be the change is when the continent of Africa starts having all these nuclear reactors. Okay, they're meeting in France and doing all these things. When the continent of Africa is going to have nuclear reactors with all the diamonds and the resources in the world, things are going to change, and there will be a different superpower coming out there. But it's all about dominating the world. Africa has all the resources out there. Wakanda. Why you think the Black Panther was so cold? He had everything. Everything. All the resources are in Africa. They're about to get nuclear reactors nucleared up. The only problem is they don't have a defense there in Africa. Well, in some of these countries in Africa, they don't have a defense. So if someone sends a missile through or something, someone goes to war, things can blow up and a whole lot of stuff can go ahead to get shut down. It can just be the worst thing of all time. They kind of want to keep that out of there, but I say you can't keep that out of where the power of the world is. But it's all about taking over the world. The play that Russia can do with Ukraine you'll see how the world's going to be. If the U.S. and NATO can do what they got to do, people, we're trying to do this thing. And Trump says that Biden will have World War III. Biden says that Trump will have World War III. We don't know who will bring in World War III. It could be someone else. But the Russia-Ukraine thing is very, very important. Now, also, we got to think about this here. We have the Israeli and the Hamas situation out there, right? The U.S. is all in. Whatever Israel needs, whatever they ask for, we are there 100%, no matter what it is. My only thing is that if we are there going to be back in Israel 1,000%, and let's say, you know, Israel goes and does this strike, and it's in one of those places to where there's children and all these other things going on, and Hamas is claiming, or they say that Israel was killing innocent people and all that, but the U.S. is backing them, so that means that people are like, the U.S. is responsible too. Their money, their weapons, their training, everything is going in over there. So then we got to deal with that. Now, there are situations that were put in place to where The Israeli side says that we'll go ahead, we're willing to go ahead and do this. The Hamas says that yes, we'll do this, but every time they get close, there's like 18,000 stipulations that just get put up there that makes it not be able to happen. And that's something that needs to be fixed. World War III, all right, with the Russia-Ukraine thing and this Israeli Hamas situation, World War III is already here, people. It's already here. It's already in the technological phase. Okay. They're talking about chemical warfare, and then they're talking about this other stuff. World War III is already here. We are in the beginning phases, or what people say, the ending of the time, because we all know that the Lord is coming back. The Lord is coming back. He's coming back. All these things are happening right now, and it's all going on. The Lord is coming back. But we are already in the start of World War III, people. We got to do something. We got people here that are like certain stores, Hamas owned, certain stores is Israeli owned. What if they start doing drive-bys on each other's stores here in America? So then we got like terrorist stuff going on in our streets, and all we trying to do is go to the store or go to school and stuff. We got to fix that. Donald Trump versus the Constitution. All right. And that last one on the Russia, Ukraine, and the Israeli situation, they both split. They both split that. Both of them, it's good and bad. So they both split. So right now, Biden is still edging by one. All right. Trump versus the United States Constitution. As you see with our First Amendment auditors, they go in and they say that you officers, you guys are not upholding the oath that you guys, the oath of the Constitution, and to uphold the Constitution for us. Trump just went against all that and says F the Constitution, which is why I give him a bad grade on that one. But if Trump did not do what he said, if Trump did not say what he's always been saying, then the people that follow him would think he's a big punk. So he has to stand behind, I didn't tell them to go do any of this. And then he reiterates, in other words, that, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. And if I lose, I got free speech to go outside and say whatever I want. And if they go do anything, that's all on them. It's not my fault. I'm not inciting, or I'm not doing any of that stuff. But Trump goes against the Constitution all the way. Now, JB Gunner says that he likes that, and he would actually go against the Constitution to make some things right in America. The things he wants to make right in America, I don't agree with, so I will not say them here. But Trump versus the U.S. Constitution is something that Trump bad, because when they ask you, will it happen again? I got it written down right here. I took notes. Will it happen again? Will you do it again? He pretty much said yes. Okay. Biden lost the black vote. Let's get into this. Let me get into these comments real quick. So I went over like four things. See, I went into like 4 things there. Let me get into this. Get into some of these comments here. Let me see. It doesn't go all the way back up. Let me see. Nightbot getting busy. Hold up. Do I see Mud Shark in here? Is that what I see? Do I see Mud Shark in here? First of all, I see Mud Shark in here. This is I'm gonna see some comments. I see Mud Shark. I was told what a mud shark is. Y'all see it there? Oh wow. Yeah, Kevin Dean. Yeah, you're an idiot. I'm not reading none of that stuff. Robert, what do you know about taxes? You barely pay any. This was a blue cigar. Okay, let me answer this. I'll put this up. So I've been a 1099 for over 15 years. I use Intuit QuickBooks. I keep track of everything that goes in. Everything that's used for business and everything goes in, and that goes in on my taxes. So if I owe after that, I owe, and if I don't, I don't. Now, we all go to stores and grocery stores and do food every day, and when you do that, you're paying taxes. So I have no idea, Blue Cigar, what you're talking about, but maybe you should learn how to pay your taxes and get them done. Ben Carson. Now, Biden, I'm up here with Biden and the black vote. Now, Biden called us monsters. Biden said that we are predators. Biden said a whole lot, and he has not came back from that at all. When it comes to the historically black universities, Trump made it very obvious that he puts in a lot of money to the HSBCUs. He puts in a lot of money there. Trump said everything what he does for black people as far as money wise. And if you own a business, he's telling you what you can do business wise. He also said that the blacks and the Hispanics he's giving more money to, and he has helped these people out more than Joe Biden. Joe Biden says that he's helping us out through college and giving more grants and helping people do this and giving loan forgiveness, and that's helping out the minorities and the black people. Well, Biden, Trump put the money where his mouth is, and he said how much money he's giving back that is going to help build more doctors and prestige people of the upper echelon going into America that can possibly help run America. He didn't say he was putting money in to go put it into the trap house or the crack house. That's not what Donald Trump said. So what I get from that Biden did not really do a great job on securing and making the blacks and the Hispanics feel that he's going to support them very, very much. I got that feeling there myself. But I do think that since Trump loves his money, he'll help anybody out. And I do think that Biden did lose a significant percent of the black vote. I think Biden wins on gays, lesbians, trans, and everything else that people can say is, you got equal rights. Trees, scooters, bikes, fingernails, pencils, anything, a robot, anything that can have rights. Joe Biden has that right there. He wins that, but he does not have the Hispanic and the black situation taken care of. And I think Trump is leading in the minority front runner right there. Now, I got a real big issue with this right here, policing. Okay, I got a real big issue with this one right here. Joe Biden was making it very clear that he wants to put more police officers on the streets to make them safe. I've shown videos of all these crooked cops beating up people and everything else. I just put a video up today, premiered, still going around all over the place. The police officer steals $1,000 from the person that he pulled over. The guy describing everything. The police officers are trying to back up that blue code, that blue line, trying to back up their officer until the sergeant said, man, I had enough of this. Walked him to the car and said, boom, and there it was, all the money and everything. Now, we already know that the police academy, they are not training police officers to know, first of all, you went to school. You went to high school and college. You know about the U.S. Constitution. No way in the world you should ever forget that stuff. And then you go into a field where you have to uphold that. These police officers are not getting trained right to know any of this stuff at all. They get trained for 6 weeks to go out there, pepper spray, and beat you up, get write tickets, and that is it. They don't understand case law or anything. The only time they understand case law is when they know that they get hit with these situations and they're going to try to figure out, well, with this case law, we can possibly do this, but you really can't, because if you speak to someone like me who knows you can't, I'm going to bring that up that you can't. So they try to find ways around with the case law. That's just for them to do their job and throw you in jail. We got a lot of cops out there that don't know what the hell they're doing. I would rather have less cops and community policing with your own community than having a whole bunch of policemen out there running rampant, thinking that they are the big boss, doing crazy stuff. We got policemen out there raping people. What's the big football player dude? He just got 256 years. He'd have 40 counts of pulling women over and making them do things so he can leave. 256 years. We got cops out there doing that. We got cops out there doing that. We got cops out there doing really bad stuff. So I would rather have community policing and few police officers than have a whole bunch of cops out there, because now you're putting a real big gang out there. You're putting a real big gang out there. I feel that depolicing could be a good thing, because when you depolice, I don't necessarily think crime will go up. I don't. I think people are already stuck in their ways. A lot of people are afraid of the law. They're afraid to go to jail. So they're not just going to be out there doing a bunch of bad stuff. I do believe that depolicing will give you a chance to see that if something can change, how you could do a brand new implementation of what did not work before to put it in and have it go like that. I also think that more community meetings and to invite the whole community in has a better has a better working situation than just hiring a bunch of cops, because that means we got to pay more taxes to be paying these cops that will be fired or they will resign before they finish their 5th year. Just think about that, people. Just think about that. We got a lot of bad cops out there. Yep says policing needs to be changed somehow. Too crooked, yes. And hey, it is too crooked. I gotta tell you guys this. In the gig world, I had a meeting with the Taco Bell regional manager out of all the Taco Bells in our area. I took notes on that too. They have a delivery theft problem, okay? And drivers are taking mobile orders while they're going in and picking up the delivery orders. So they asked me questions. She asked me questions. I answered them. I gave her all the steps that Taco Bell should be doing and all the other businesses. I let them know about the tier programs that they have on the apps and everything else there. And they said, yeah, because we want good drivers. They also asked, what can we do to control drivers coming in? I said, you guys are at Taco Bell. It goes in through your POS itself. You guys don't have a tablet. You guys are ran like that, so you guys would have no control. You guys are just gonna get whoever comes like that. So it's restaurants like that. So they said, oh, well then there you go. So you delivery drivers, if you guys are out there, don't be taking mobile orders and just snatching other people DoorDash orders or Grubhub orders and food. I'll tell you this, it makes it worse for all of us. We got to go in there and get attitudes from all the people in there, man. And it's not fair for the rest of us. I let them know about how their employees will have an attitude and actually not give the food to drivers because they have an attitude. And I told them that I know sometimes the drivers may have an attitude, but I also told them that that's no excuse for them to have an attitude when we're working for the exact same customer, that we got to get the food so that we can go and take it there. And enough conversation and dialogue is not going to change that. They fired one bad manager here, but it seems like at these places, once they put someone else in power, they all seem to let it go to their head, and then all this bad stuff happens. So if you can control what you can, go in there and just do a better job so the rest of us don't got to go through hell. That's all I'm saying. Whatever you do in the place is going to help out the next person that goes in there and pick up. If you go in there with a bad attitude, slamming phones and cursing people out, guess what? If you walk out and I walk in and that just happened, well, guess who's gonna get the brunt of all of what you just did? It's gonna be me. It's gonna be my wife. It might be Sam Lee out here. It might be Weird Wesley. It might be Xander. It might be any one of us out here. It might be Tony Lopez. It might be Dallas Washington. It might be Dallas. Dallas is out here. Dallas is a black dude I met out here, and he gets it in. It might be him, and I forget my buddy's name. It's a white guy with he's albino, and he's getting it in. It's crazy because whenever we see him, he gets orders the exact same time as we get orders, which means, you know, and he shows me his ratings. So I know that that's how it works. You're going ahead and getting it in. But just drivers, help each other out, please. And I got one more thing to say. I was in Walmart yesterday and picking up some oil, and I'm in line, and there's someone in front of me, and they have two carts, and it's blocking the checkout center, so I have to stand to the side. So the family comes up, the black dude was like, are you next? I was like, yeah, I can't go right there because he's got all these carts. He was like, oh, all right. So he asked the white guy standing there, are you next? This is what the white guy said. He said, well, he said, I'll stand in the back. He said, I'll stand in the back and let you go first. How do you think about that? He said, how do you feel about that? I'm sitting there like, and I'm looking at the black dude. The black dude didn't even say nothing back to him. So you know what I did? I paid for my oil. I got my receipt. I turned and I said, that comment that you made was very unnecessary. I said, yes. Okay, we're in line. He's asking a question. You did not have to say, I'll go to the back so that you can be first. I told him, sir, that takes you back to segregation. That comment was not supposed to be said. Do you know what he told me? He said, fair enough. People, that's an undercover racist, and the black dude did not know in front of his family, and I busted his ass. That happened yesterday. Damn. I was like, damn. People, you got racists all over the place, and they come out whenever they can. And, you know, handle them accordingly. If they come out there talking that stuff, handle them accordingly. All right? Just handle them accordingly. That comment was not supposed to be made, but I know it's a lot of people out there laughing right now about that thing and all this other stuff, but that comment was not supposed to be made, man. You keep certain things to yourself and don't let them get out there. Let me go through these comments really quick. Oh yeah, they run. Yep, Emilia says good. Otherwise, they'll be running their business based on their feelings. You can't be running businesses based on feelings, people, and you cannot run the United States based upon feelings. I'll tell you this: I gave Biden winning by 1 because it was when it got to this point, I said these two assholes here, they went into being big ass kids. My golf handicap is better than yours. I can beat you at this. I can beat you at that. Well, I'll play you if you can carry your own bag. These the president's fighting like that, y'all. These the president's fighting, and they talking about all this other weird stuff. They talking about all this weird stuff, talking about Biden's son and all this other stuff. Now, they did ask Biden, you're going to be like 86. Trump, you'll be like 81 or something, 82. Both these old asses said that they feel like they 40 years younger. No, y'all don't. We can tell by how y'all ended that old debate. Y'all went into going back to the backyard to when y'all did the Benjamin Button thing. Y'all went back all the way to when y'all was like 4 years old, and y'all was in the backyard fighting and doing everything. And that's what y'all did. Both of y'all, no president should be in there. Nope. Look, Jerry West, basketball, helping run teams, 80 years old. All right. You should not be over 80 years old or 80 years old and higher as being the president of the United States. I think there needs to be an age limit for the president, because if you tell him something and he does not understand what his advisors and his staff is helping him with, then how is he even going to make a decision there? And that doesn't make any sense. So I do believe that there should be a cap on the age for the president. You should not be 86 years old in the office. Right now, people, look at everyone in their 80s historically with sports who are passing away. Bill Russell, Jerry West, Kareem is almost there, people. We just lost Dick Gregory. We just lost Bill Cobbs. We just lost Bill Cobbs. All these people are in their 80s. We're losing all of them. So there's no even they're like, you can't even say if he'll make it through the presidency. So I think there needs to be a cap. And if you are a secret runner out there, run for the president, because I always vote for myself. Can we get somebody else out there that can actually do the job? Come on now, America. We need to wake up. And I would like to say this. I got hit with some trolls in here today, but people, you got to understand, trolls come every day. And you guys all got to understand this. When you're talking about politics in America, it's something that people want to stop people from speaking about. But one thing you can never do, when someone takes notes and they got a bullet plan for what's going on, we go get it all out. And I hope everybody else gets more involved politically, so you can speak about certain things. It doesn't matter, like, you don't got to talk about wars and weapons. You know, you ain't got to do all that. You can talk about the school systems and education and things like that. Get involved with the things that you actually like to do. Remember when you went to school, they had electives. You picked your electives. You have electives still. You don't got to be involved in everything, because it's not meant for everyone. That's why some people say, man, I do not get involved with politics at all. You grow old so fast with politics, and it gets you into the most fights. Politics will have you fighting your bosses, husband and wives will fight, mother-in-laws will fight with the sons-in-law and daughter-in-laws. You'll even see families where the kids are one way, like the kids are separate, and the kids are fighting because they're all the way up inside there. And then you get these battles where the kids actually run for office. One is Democratic and one is Republican, and it breaks up a lot of homes. Religion and politics will break up homes a whole lot. Religion, politics, and money. I'm gonna tell you, religion, politics, and money will break up homes. Money will break up homes because everyone wants it so bad, because that's what the world, and especially in America, that's what they make us want to desire. They want people to desire money so much that they don't think about the humanitarian effects that it brings on to everyone. Just think about it. The officer stole $1,000 from someone. Yeah, the illegal immigrants. Yeah. Hey, I'm telling y'all, man. Illegal immigrants will make people fight. I'm gonna tell y'all now. We can just go. Anyone can go look anywhere and see someone, and someone now. Or if you see people from they may be from Haiti, Jamaica, Mexico, Cuba, China, wherever. When you're seeing these ethnicities now, 50% chance now people are now saying that person might be illegal. And then it starts a whole debate on if that person's legal or not. We got 4 major issues here in America that's dividing America, and we got to do something about it. I think we got to start showing love for our people below the border, because their country is here. Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, that's all Mexico, y'all. Native Americans and Mexicans, that's all they shit right there. We got to have better relationships with the other country. And all the drugs that are coming in, our government is getting paid off that. People, they allow them to bring the drugs in, steal the money, put the people in jail. Then the money, it's all a circle. It's a big circle. We're good with Canada. We ain't got these issues with Canada. We can have some of the same things. And by the way, people, imagine this. What if Mexico said, we're not going to give you guys any more avocados? Just imagine that. If Mexico said no more avocados, or what are they called? My kids used to eat them when they were young, the cuties. You ain't gonna get none of them. You ain't gonna get none of them. Come on now. Mexico can stop a lot. You know, the US, we depend on them for a lot. We got to start having better relations. And if you know they got tunnels all underground and you have thermal imagery and you can find a bunker from another country where you say they have terrorists down there, how come you can't use that same technology to find all the drug smuggling holes? Come on now. Y'all found Saddam in a little crawl space. Y'all can't use that same technology to find all the drug holes, all of the tunnels. You know why they won't do that, people? Because the US will be losing money. That's why. All those houses that sit right across the border, there's tunnels going into all of those. US trucks are going in looking like they're doing checks on homes, and it looks like it's a band. Man, those are they're going in with vans and stuff, loading that stuff up, and they're doing what they got to do. Police officers are paid off and everything. Could you imagine if a person was like Elliot Ness and he said, I'm gonna stop it all, and he cut all the tunnels and everything? I guarantee that person will be the United States of America's next president. Guarantee if he did that. Wouldn't nobody say nothing, but then he'll get assassinated the next day. Y'all have a good one. We out of here. And trolls, better luck next time, man. Better luck next time. You're never going to stop the truth, and you're never going to stop what Americans got to say about America. It's about America. Maybe you shouldn't live here if you don't care about it. Okay? And say hi to someone Mexican or black. Don't be racist tomorrow.